if you study the root of the word, from ghafura, it means, maghfara is like a helmet. When you put on a helmet, why do you put on a helmet? That if you fall or you are in a crash and somebody crashes into you, you don't get hurt. Your upper chamber is protected. Istighfar is to adopt mechanism and ways that would protect you and I from what was destroying our options to rise. So they would come to the Prophet and said, Prophet, we are too busy with our own businesses and our own affairs, and we're busy with our family. You beg God to send some protection for us. The Qur'an says, يَقُولُونَ بِأَلْسِنَتِهِمْ. They are talking with their tongues. مَا لَيْسَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. As we come to the last Jummah in this month known as Ramadan, I hope you and I will come out of this month, not with excuses. Because you don't have to answer to me, I'm no caretaker over you. I don't have to be looking at you, and I don't have the ability. But I hope for yourself, for your family, for ourselves and our families, we can have time for the Qur'an. Not to read it like a parrot, as most of us have been doing all our life. But I can read it, grasp it, hold on to it, and do everything not to forget it. I leave this with myself and you, only because of time. And I hope you will reflect very sincerely that this Qur'an came because people were in a state of Ramadan. It has nothing to do with a particular month. We become very holy in this month. The moment the moon of Shawwal is seen, many, if not most Muslims return and revert to their old attitudes. We even tell people, wait till Ramadan is over. I will settle you, brother. This doesn't make sense. This is a God that is always alive, and this is something for us to think about. If we are dealing with a God who's alive, for sure He's alive, we can't deal with Him like this. He will say, you don't deserve to be part of this thing, man. You're not ready yet. So I leave this with all of us because we are responsible people. Kindly do not take these words at any time personal to the extent that the devil work wonders in you and say, oh, this man is attacking us. I would be most happy for somebody to deliver a message of the Qur'an like that to me, for I consider it a blessing and a good attack, an attack on the dead structures of my personality. I ask Allah for life for you and for me. But we have to do the things to be alive. And we have to do the things to enhance our life, as Allah with rain brings that apparent dead earth to life. And we see not only insects, we see animals, we see rivulets, we see trees, we see foliage, we see fruits for all mankind to benefit. Fastaghfiruhu. Seek shelter with Allah. He gives chances to everyone who really seek these opportunities to change. Brothers and sisters, in conclusion, the Qur'an tells us in chapter 25 verse 30 what many of the Prophet's community did with the Qur'an. What many in the Prophet's community did with the Qur'an. It tells us, Ya Rabbi, the messenger cried out. The messenger cried out, Ya Rabbi, inna qawmi, my own people, ittakhadu hadha al-Qur'an. They treated this Qur'an the way they treated their young animals, where they will tie the horns to the front hoof, immobilize it, prevented it from being itself. The community never wanted to listen to it. Many of them. Very few listen to it. They will tell the people when the Qur'an is being promulgated to them, they said, make noise, that we can drum out his voice. They would tell him, O Prophet, we don't like this Qur'an you're bringing. Bring a next one. Change the issues. This Qur'an seems to be talking to us directly. We don't like that. Let them talk about somebody else. We need to understand that. I hope you and I, if we have tied this Qur'an before, we will untie it and allow it to be itself in our life. If this is the book of God really in your life and my life, then God is not me or you. He's not even like the prophets, all together or individually. He's above everyone. His book got to be super special. Nobody can produce it. All the prophets come together, they could never produce one verse equal to the verse of the Qur'an. This is the Qur'anic teachings to us. Spend some time over it. Hopefully that you and I can become energized, revitalized, reanimated, be revived, as that dead earth is revived when water and the facts of germination fall on it. We ask Allah to keep the memory of His apostles and messengers alive for us. They don't need anything from us. Nothing of putting butter on them by slogans will do them any good, because it is your works you are judged by. But we need their memory that we can keep their message. As-salam.